Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before getting into RPA, we should understand first of all what is automation, right? Because RPA is one of the domain which is under automation. Okay, so we under automation there can be many approaches like RPA, or we can use Python or any other scripts and all to do the automation things. But why we are going into RPA? So that also we should understand. So I know you guys are aware of this generic term automation, right? Without any manual effort, like the software will do its job, right? So that is automation. Okay, and then now why RPA? And so before getting into why RPA, we should know like what is RPA. Okay, so RPA is robotic process automation. So in other simple terms, we can say like repetitive process automation. Okay, when I say repetitive process automation, whatever works that are being handled by human and it has some business process, right? Or it has some business rule, then those things we can do the automation, okay, using RPA technology. So here, like we will be calling the term as bots. Okay, so when I say bots, it is not actually a physical robot, it is a software bot. Okay, so we will be giving the instruction, or we will be defining the rule like what to do. So based on our instruction only the bot will function. Okay, so that is RPA. And now we should know like why RPA and why not some other programming language, right? So the main reason is like anyone can easily learn RPA. Okay, so why are we not going into Python? So if you want to learn Python, then there are many concepts which is there in Python. Okay, but in RPA, anyone can learn. Even a person from BPO sector, they can learn RPA very easily. And also here, if you are giving some train, if a human is doing some work, right, and it takes 2 hours or 3 hours, in such cases if that person goes off from the company, and again you have to hire a new person and you have to give the training again, and there is a lot of process will go on, right? Again we have to allocate a new salary to that person. But why we are choosing RPA? Because it is a one time investment and it is only for license cost, right? And once we define the rule, the bot is going to run based on our instruction that we have given. So basically it is a one time investment, so we are cutting the cost here. And also like when human is doing, definitely or some error may occur right during the process, so we can avoid that errors also. Even if the error occurs right in RPA, so some exception occurs, right, then we were able to handle that. Okay, we can handle those exceptions and all. So it is like when we talk about RPA, like it is complaint also. Okay, so it won't go under non complaints. And also even if any auditing comes, right, like in the finance sectors and all, auditing happens very frequently, right? So in those cases we can submit our logs to the auditor so that nothing goes wrong. Okay, so that's why we are going with RPA, and there are some myths also around it. So what are all those? So people will say it is only for big level organization like PwC, like big four, and then like top tier companies. Okay, but the fact is like even the colleges, right, nowadays they were started getting training in RPA, and they are training students only for like RPA, and they are giving placements also. Okay, so it is not like only it is for big level organization, even government sector started using it. Okay, and some people will say human supervision is not required at all. They will be in the assumption that like we have deployed the bot, so we don't need to do anything at all. Okay, but the fact is at least you need to monitor the bot's performance, like how it is performing. So only that level of supervision is required. Okay, you don't need to monitor for an entire day. At least like in an hour, like once an hour, like you can check the logs, like how it is performing. So those things and all, like human supervision is required. Okay, and I'll tell you one more thing for the human supervision example, like in another minute. Okay, and some people will say RPA software requires no coding skills. Okay, it is not like that. If you have basic understanding of coding skills, it will be very easy for you to grasp it. Okay, so some cases like in UiPath, we will be not having the correct functionality to do the automation. So in that cases, you have to go with the coding things, like you can integrate your Python or VB script or .NET, anything like into RPA. Okay, so you have that capability also here. Like it is like recently UiPath has introduced coded automation also. So it is like two in one. Okay, but if you get into coding, like it is a one way, but here you can utilize two things. Okay, so those, that's all about like why RPA and what are all its myths. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you can ask me now. These two slides that we have discussed.
This is fine, Prashant.
Yeah, yeah, okay, cool. And we should know like we are choosing RPA, and we should know like what are all the outcomes that we are going to get, right? Finally that matters, right? So it is a low code no code tool, okay, and only basic understanding of programming knowledge is sufficient, more than sufficient. Okay, and here RPA is offering three types of automation. Okay, one is attended automation, and the other one is unattended, and the third one is cognitive automation, or in other words we can say intelligent automation. Okay, so these are all the tools, some of the tools which is available in the market. And among this, like the first five, right, those are all well known tools which is available in the market. So apart from this also we have Appian, and then we have many more. But yeah, these are all the leaders that is available in the market. Okay, so again, why UiPath is like as we talk about earlier itself, like RPA, right? So under RPA only we have UiPath, right? So it is like again, it is going to derive those functionalities only. So it is a low code no code tool, and it offers like to automate the complex tasks, and it supports cross platform. When I say cross platform, like if you develop the bot in Windows based machine, and if you want to deploy it in some other OS, yes, you can do that, and you have that capability. Okay, and it has like 500 ready plus bots itself. So if you want to deal with Excel, you don't need to start from the scratch. Okay, so it, if for that particular action, if you have the ready to download bot in the UiPath center, then you can directly download it, and then you can utilize it in your machine. It is just like a template, and it is also easy to integrate. Basically, like if you're if you're going to automate any process, then definitely it should not disturb your existing environment, right? It should be as smooth as that, right? So yeah, if you're going to install UiPath in any of the machine, it is just like a 30-minute job. So you can do that, and then you can easily integrate, and then you are good to run your bots. Okay, and these are all the domains in domains which industries are there, and these are all the industries which are using UiPath basically. So we can use RPA in like recruitment process, basically outsourcing domain, and financial sectors, and health sectors, sales sectors, and government sectors also we can use. Like for basically in government sectors, they will be doing the auditings and all, right? So those things also comes under financial services only again. And like to process the claims and all, we can use UiPath and RPA. Okay, and after learning UiPath, you should know like what is the scope of the UiPath developer, right? So currently we are focusing on UiPath developer, right? So the job openings are very wide for UiPath developers. So yeah, without any hassle, like we can get into the learning of UiPath.